We are gathered here to fill you with fear and give you a treat for your ears.
I want to try something different today. That's better. Hello there, PHS crew, and welcome new subscribers. I want to play a little game with you all. I will tell you 3 short stories, and I want you all to guess what word they all have in common. Example: if the theme that all the stories have in common is water, and thus the word is water. Simple. Also, if you stay till the end, I will tell you the answer and show you something special afterwards. So please, dim your lights and get cozy to be ready for our Poetic Horror Stories.
Rain. Then feeling like I'm rocking. When I opened my eyes, I was met with darkness. I could hear sounds of rolling water pushing against rotten wood. The smell of the salty air stung my lungs as I struggled to breathe. I was suddenly very aware of my current situation as I felt the waves push and pull my tiny box. I tried to push at the lid of my small prison, but it only groaned in protest. I was sealed in, locked at sea. I realized I was placed in a tomb, as every tumble started to invite more water into my already cramped space. I tried to recall what happened for me to end up in a place like this. It all rushed back to me in an instant. I was playing cards, betting everything like a madman. But I was winning. Every time I went all in, I just couldn't lose. That is, until I made a bad bet with the wrong guy. The newcomer sat down and said I was on fire. I replied there was no way I could possibly lose. When he said, "Oh yeah? One more. All in. Double or nothing." I saw riches untold and more than enough to pay off any current debts, and even get a new house to boot. I should have said no. I should have stopped while I was ahead. I lost that bet and he took everything from me. Then before I could react, I was bagged and gagged, targeted. It must have been a rigged game. But now here I am slowly sinking in a coffin made just for me. All because I didn't keep an ace up my sleeve.
Hello, PHS crew. We have a question for you. What is this all about? Since I don't even know. Let's start a conversation in the comments below. We are dying to know.
Stop! Don't listen to it. It will trick you any way it can. That thing is in there. You can't let it out. You think I'm crazy, don't you? Once you hear what I've been through, you won't be laughing. It was my first time on my own. I just moved into my own apartment. I was thrilled to have my own space to explore creatively. You see, I sometimes consider myself an interior designer, so I change my style of room quite often. But after rent, moving in, internet, etc., I had to spend what I had left wisely. So I shopped at antique stores and small find shops throughout the week. As I searched a row of antique lamps that looked like they were made in the 60s, my eyes drifted to a strange box hidden behind them. It was a music box. It wasn't really all that remarkable, but something pulled me to buy it. Once I got it home, I felt silly, since it felt like it wasn't my style at all. But I felt drawn to open it, and I wanted to listen to the song it was playing. No, it wasn't playing at all, but I thought I could hear it. It was a beautifully haunting lullaby, but I came to my senses and placed the box back in the bag to return it the next day. That night, I didn't sleep well. I dreamed of a woman coming into my room and watching me sleep in my bed. She softly hummed the lullaby that I thought I heard before. When I awoke, of course there was no one there, but I felt as if I was being watched. That afternoon, I went back to the shop to return the box, but I struggled to find the shop again, like it disappeared from this plane. I asked the neighboring shops that were around, but they said they didn't know of any antique store in the area. I suddenly felt the weight of the bag grow heavy in my hands. Where did I get this music box from? Did I choose it, or did it choose me? I went home defeated, but before I started back to my apartment, I chucked the bag in the trash. I felt I just had to take the L for the lost money. That night, I dreamed again, but this time, it was sinister in nature. The woman was looming over my bed. We were face to face. She was shrieking at me, ordering me to get the box back. I awoke that morning in a cold sweat, wishing that all this would just cease. But when I looked over at my nightstand, the music box was sitting there. I have tried everything to be rid of it, but nothing has worked. It has been 2 long months now, and I have had it. I am going to try to sell it online. I know, it's not fair to pawn it off to someone else. But as long as I warn the buyer, it's not my fault. So, don't open it. Don't let her out. Don't listen to her lullaby.
But I will tell you more closer to the end. Now back to the game, my friend. Second round starts now. Simon says the first command is to cut off a finger on your left hand. There is a knife in front of you on the stand. The choice of finger is yours. Just cut it off into the bowl so you don't get the blood on the floor.
My name is Erin, and she taught.
I was a contestant on a popular show called Daredevil. It's where people are dared to do crazy things, and they film you for a certain amount of time. Like, take for instance, one time there was a woman who was dared to wear a cursed necklace for 6 months straight. You ask me if she made it? I don't know. I never saw the end of that saga. Hell, if I had, I wouldn't be telling you this story now. Anyways, I signed up for the show and they told me I was going to be their magnum opus of the season. I didn't even know what that meant, but they gave me a strange box and told me to keep it on my person, no matter what. The rules stated that I, nor anyone else, can open this box. That includes animals as well. For if it is opened, there will be grave consequences that only the holder will face. I was dumb enough to accept the dare, and thus began the first day out of a full-year challenge that drove me to the edge of insanity. What did the box look like? It was a golden square, hand-sized box with Egyptian writing on it. It even had the classic unknown pharaoh head on the front of it. I thought this was going to be a cakewalk, easy money in the bag. But I never would have guessed how many people and animals would take interest in this one small box. After the challenge began, I was quietly watched from the shadows by the cameras. They never interrupted my life, or helped if I needed it either. It was like being observed in a glass house. Whenever I went out, I tied it up with rope and attached it to my belt or belt loop. I did my best to always make sure it was there. 1 month in, the strange questions from my friends and family started to occur. At first it was small, like, all of this over a small thing like that? Or, is it heavy? I mean, it is made out of gold. All too quickly turned into, I wonder what's inside it. Maybe we could just open it. You know, just to sneak a peek. And it's probably worth a small fortune. Maybe if we open it, it might already have something worth way more than the prize money. Hell, and even the box combined. I can't say I wasn't tempted myself to open it, but I didn't want to face whatever could be the consequences for not playing by the rules. I slowly stopped answering calls, hanging out with anyone I knew, and next thing you know, I didn't even want to go outside. Why? I got attacked by some random guy that wanted to rob me of just the box. All because he needed to know what was in it. I built a makeshift bunker in my house. It had all the food and water I would need to sustain myself and my cat. Yeah, I had a cat. His name was Scar. He even took an interest in the box as well. What happened to Scar? Well, one night I left the box on the counter. I was getting his normal wet food he loves prepared. I had my back turned for only a few seconds when I suddenly heard a small click. Next thing I knew, the camera crew and producers came rushing in. When my eyes adjusted to the lights, I suddenly realized I lost. 5 months in, and Scar opened the box. The announcer said, "Too bad, you lose. Guess he just got long live the king, eh? I would say better luck next time, but for you, there won't be." From the opening of the box poured a strange light. It started to pull and tug at me. It dragged me in, and now I'm stuck here. Just like you. I think almost every contestant from that game ended up here. Seems they never wanted us to win. Huh. Guess we were all doomed from the start. Doomed to never escape the tomb of the lost pharaoh.
I hope our stories entertained you and will keep you up at night. Now, what do you think they all have in common with one another? I will give you 5 seconds to think. The word I was thinking of was box. Congratulations for figuring it out, everyone. Now that special surprise I told you about, why, it's right here. A special box of your own. Well, go ahead. Open it.
Yay!
Surprise! Happy birthday to Renee writes. From narrator, subscribers, and viewers alike. This is our thank you gift for all your hard work. Without you, we wouldn't have the wonderful stories that keep us going. We appreciate and thank you. Wishing you good times and lots of laughs. And to everyone out there, whenever your birthday is, a very merry birthday to you as well. Thank you for joining me this evening. And until next time, so long.